It's Wednesday, and that means I, Jason Gilbo, taking a look at the Survivor Pool picks for the week. Week 2 here we're looking at Fantasy Football Cafe. We're one day away from the Thursday night game, which I am fading from these picks altogether. Not a big fan of Thursday night games. They're always toss-ups, low-scoring games filled with the crap teams around the league. Not that the Broncos and Chiefs are crap teams, but usually some low-scoring matchups that we don't really like. So staying away from that one. If you had to pick, I'd probably say the Chiefs. Not a fan of Manning's dead arm, which looks like, so that's going to be something to keep an eye on as far as Broncos go for the rest of the season. Um, Big time favorites this week, you're looking at the New Orleans Saints, Miami Dolphins, who I mentioned last week, and the Baltimore Ravens are my favorite three big favorites. And you got to like the Ravens as my number one option here. Colts, another big favorite, but I can't get behind them just yet. They went into Buffalo, which tough place to play, tough defense there, but not a big fan this week against the Jets either, even though they're at home on Monday Night Football. Just better options out there. I'd rather take the Colts against a weaker team or until they get it together. Because if Chris Ivory and the Jets offense starts to run the ball and work the clock, Andrew Luck's going to be on the sideline a lot, and that Colts defense is not good at all. So should be some tough matchups, I think, for when they get in those situations, and those are going to be ones to avoid. Really getting behind the Ravens this week, even though they put up a stinker in Denver last week. The offense looked mediocre, and I think the weapons around Flacco, it's not going to be easy to get things going against defenses, which they'll take on a good amount of tough defenses. Especially once they get into their divisional games where they're just all out wars, each game, 6 of them. I want to get the Ravens out of here early, even though they're a team that can win 9, 10 games, and you like to have them waiting around later in the season. I'm not really sold on that this year, so I have no problem getting them out of the way. And the Raiders might be playing with a backup quarterback, subpar defense, enough to cough up some points to the Ravens for the W there. So they are my top pick. Moving down the list, gotta like the St. Louis Rams, even though they are just 3.5-point favorites on the road. Doesn't matter to me. They're facing the Redskins. Just lost to Sean Jackson. Offense is poor. Kirk Cousins leading the way. You got to like the Rams there. It's pretty easy pick there for an average team to get out of the way early, because I don't see the Rams getting a lot of opportunities this season for wins. Last week I did pretty well, but the Tampa Bay, my risky pick of the week, let me down. Winston was bad. Mariota was just on fire with 4 touchdowns, but I'll take the loss there. Tip my hat to Mariota. But he's heading into Cleveland this week, and tougher place to play, a bit tougher defense from Tampa. But I think Mariota and the Titans defense facing whoever's under center, whether it's McCown or Manziel, going to get the job done and going to get the W there. Even though Vegas doesn't have much of a separation, I believe Tennessee holds that awful offense and puts their fair share of points up. Give me the Titans. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon there, but give me the Titans as my risky play this week. Just a lot of toss-ups in week 2 here. You got the Giants and Falcons. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. Could go either way. You're looking at Eagles-Cowboys, another one along those similar lines. And Vikings-Lions could go either way. Both teams didn't look great in week 1. Niners-Steelers, I think that's another toss-up depending on the offense of the Niners. So really a lot of toss-ups to work, and I'm just kind of avoiding those games altogether. But if you would like to know my opinion on a game, shoot it in the comments section, and I will definitely give my take on it, because I know you'll see a few repeat picks every now and then, but I'll definitely give my take on games there. So recapping here, Ravens, Saints, my top picks. Saints offense should thrive this week, and the defense should face a turnover-prone Winston that we already saw. So you got to like that there. But Ravens, my team this week. Also like the Dolphins, who I had last week. Again, if you didn't pick them, go ahead, lock them in this week against the Jags. Got to like the Rams, and then Titans are my pick, or risky pick there. So week 2 should be a lot of fun. We'll enjoy it tomorrow night when it starts off.